Day for this 20th day of May, being joined at the desk by our buddy Ron the Car Guy, because it is that time, as it is every week at this appropriate time for Ron the Car Guy's visit from Westside Auto Pros to teach you something about your vehicle that you may not have known about, and you learn something. You walk away every day going, I didn't know that, or
at least every Tuesday you walk away thinking that. Yeah.
That's true.
I can't come up with more than one a week.
So what are we chatting about today, young man?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about windshield wiper blades, and then also about Aquapel. Jackie had mentioned last week that it worked on her car and how well it worked. But first, I did want to talk about wiper blades a little bit, and that's one of those things we tend to forget about until we need them. Like, it's not raining right now, so you're not thinking about your wiper blades. Looking at the extended forecast, it's going to rain every day forever, I think, Jason. We're getting our April showers in May. But so when you turn them on, they don't work, or they streak, or they chatter, and they make noise, and then you're thinking, oh, I need to do something with these wiper blades, and then it quits raining, and you forget all about it. But one thing I just wanted to touch on is there is a big quality difference in the blades themselves. And we've talked about this in the past on the show, but one thing that kind of separates the good blades from the mediocre blades, so to speak, is the actual carrier itself that holds the blade that actually does the cleaning of your windshield. And what I tell people is look for one that's made out of metal. Yeah. There's a lot of them out there that are made out of plastic now, and these have rivets in it. The metal ones do. They hold up better. Part of the carrier's job is it's kind of spring-loaded, so its job is to keep the wiper blade pushed down onto the windshield so it cleans, and the plastic ones don't have that ability as much as the metal ones. So if you are going to replace the wiper blades, look for a quality blade. They really don't cost that much more. Sometimes they cost a little less depending on brand. And the other thing when you do change it is to buy the whole blade assembly. Don't just get the rubber refills, because by the time that rubber's wore out, so are the springs. You know, they've been pushing down for a long time, and you'll put a new rubber.
It's not that much more, is it?
No, it isn't. I mean, we're talking, you can get a pair of quality, wiper blades for $15-20. And the rubber inserts are going to cost you probably $9 or $10, and then then you got to figure out how to put them in.
And the right way, correctly.
Exactly.
Correctly.
So when you're going down the road, they don't fly out, and now you're scratching your windshield. But yeah, just buy the whole thing as opposed to the rubber inserts.
Okay, now I got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So you have this one here. You can see this blade here. Craig has this one. It has a single blade here.
Yep.
I saw on TV, Ron the Car Guy.
As seen on TV.
They have some that have like triple blades, and
doubles and triples.
Some that have like the razors you have now that have 4 and 5 different. And then they when they curve, they scrape the blade. One peels the rain off, then the other squeegees it, and then the third one comes along and makes sure that it's dry. Then the fourth one comes by and says, "Okay, now make sure it's really dry."
And then the fifth one cooks your breakfast.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Single blade, multiple blades.
I have tried the multi-blades. I personally see no difference.
Thank you very much.
And
there's probably one blade that's doing all the work in any event.
Well, and that is true. And more importantly is change them. Typically wiper blades are designed to last, depending on the sun load and the heat and the outside elements and what you do in the wintertime, they're designed to last 6 to 12 months.
Okay. So
that's their lifespan.
A key phrase there, the sun load.
Yes.
And the heat.
Yes.
Because using them when it's raining, that's what they're designed for.
Exactly.
But the heat and the sun,
which is beating down on them,
break down the rubber.
Rubber, like on anything else. So
when you think about the temperatures that those endure, it's not like air temperature where we go from minus 20 in the winter sometimes to 100 or 105 in the summer. But these things are, probably minus 20 all the way up to, who knows, 130, 140, 150 when it's sitting there in the sun. And so they do. You can understand why they break down over time.
And you've got the heat coming off the engine.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, the heat's probably harder on them than the cold. I think part of the problem in the wintertime with wiper blades is it rains, it freezes. Okay, well, this is the rubber, the thin rubber edge is the part that's touching the windshield, and all of a sudden it's froze to the windshield. So what do? We turn them on, and we let the motor tug on a little bit until it tears and stretches the rubber, because we don't want to get out of the car, it's cold. But no, and if you haven't changed your wiper blades, I mean, now's a great time because now's when we're really using them. I mean, I'd rather have good blades in the rainy season than good blades through the dry summer. But again, they're not that expensive. Oftentimes you can look at them, you can see the rubber starting to lay over. So the side of the rubber is what's cleaning the windshield, not the edge like it was designed. And then proper installation too. When you go to put the wiper blades on a vehicle, take some glass cleaner and clean the windshield, because to put new blades on a windshield that's got a bunch of tree sap and stuff on it and is streaking, the new blades are just going to streak across. I mean, they're made to remove water,
now,
not
do you
dirt.
need to do anything to the wiper blade before you start using it?
For a long time, and they've kind of got away from it a little bit, but for a long time, when you got out a wiper blade out of the package, it came with a little alcohol wipe.
I remember that.
It kind of looked like Kentucky Fried Chicken that you clean your
wet naps.
Yeah, wet naps. I still recommend using that just to get any contaminants or leftover coating or anything from the manufacturing process off of there. You could even use a towel with some glass cleaner on it or something. But yeah, do clean the edge of the rubber before you put it on. But also equally important, clean the windshield. And you start out with a new blade and a clean windshield, and it's going to work awesome.
All right, now we've got that covered, so we've got the windshield wiper covered. But Jackie is a big fan of another product that you have.
Yeah, and that product's called Aquapel. And what Aquapel is, it's a treatment that we can put on your windshield, and it's different than a lot of the other windshield treatments because most of them are made by a wax company. So it's more of a wax that's put on there, and the water's supposed to bead up and sheen off.
Talk about Rain-X.
Or other products.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But I'll say you don't have to. I will. Okay, I will.
Rain-X tends to have what I never liked about Rain-X is it has a haze to it.
Yep, it fogs up and has a haze.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And Aquapel doesn't. Aquapel is actually made by a glass company. It's made by PPG.
Which is a good company.
It is. And they actually make a lot of the windshields that are in the car from the factory. And it embeds itself it's a polymer, it embeds itself into the glass so it lasts longer, where the wax-based stuff, the more you use your wipers, the more it rains, the quicker it goes away. The Aquapel will last for 3 or 4 months. And the neat part is the water just sheens off it. I mean, literally, if you're going over 30 miles an hour, you almost forget to turn your wipers on because the rain just
That happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time, especially the heavy rains. It's like you forget that you're even supposed to turn your windshield wipers
so
on.
then you're not wearing out your blades. But the other thing it does too is especially as we go into summer, we've all struggled with the dried on bugs and dirt and tree sap and stuff on there. It helps put a protective coating on, so I'm not going to say the bugs won't stick to the windshield, but they're less apt to. You've gone through the car wash before, and when you get done, it looks like you have as many bugs on the windshield as when you went in.
Right.
And with the windshield treatment, the Aquapel on there, you won't have that. They'll actually release and come off of there.
And what does that cost to have done?
We've got a special, a KCWI TV 23 special.
You need to go on vacation because that's when we usually get great specials over there.
Well, I'm not going on vacation, but I am going to have a special.
Okay.
That place hemorrhages money when you're on vacation.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do have the KCWI 23 special. For $23, we'll do the Aquapel windshield treatment, and we'll put a pair of quality blades on that have the metal carrier.
Cool.
Both.
Yeah, I took advantage of that last time, and you guys installed them. I didn't have to deal with the thing. You guys took care of it all.
Exactly. We're going to run that for a week and see how it goes and see how much money we can hemorrhage.
Yeah.
And
Right.
All right, do you need to make an appointment or just stop by?
you can just stop by
You
for
have
that
enough
something.
blades in stock?
Yep,
Okay.
we do.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, so $23, get new blades and the Aquapel that we just talked about over at Westside Auto Pro. How do you find your place?
You can go to westsideautopros.com, or you can come to 1901 92nd Court. We're off of Swanson Boulevard in Clive.
Thank you, Ron the Car Guy.
You're welcome.
Great
Thank
as
you.
always. It's 6 minutes before 7 o'clock. We'll be right back. This is